Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 40 of the Early Parenting Podcast. Today's episode is going to be all about addressing some of the biggest myths and misconceptions that I hear either people telling other mums or mums even saying amongst themselves in these early years of motherhood. So let's dive in. Welcome to the Early Parenting Podcast, where we help you navigate the somewhat tricky world of parenthood so you can love the crap out of being a mama. I'm your host, Jen Butler, and I'm an early parenting consultant and a mama of two busy boys. Join me as I explore all things early parenting and deliver them to you in toddler-friendly, bite-sized lessons. Because let's be honest, your toddler is probably smothering pseudo-cream on the wall as we speak. I'll be dropping my hottest tips on baby and toddler sleep, feeding, boobs, behaviour, and so much more. Are you ready to feel confident in motherhood? Let's dive in. Now, before we dive into the episode, I want to let you know that the virtual doors to my online program, the Happy Baby Code, are officially open. Now, the Happy Baby Code is a one-of-its-kind program that I created to help teach parents how to get to know, understand, and support their new baby. When you sign up, you get online access to my 10 training modules that teach you how to feed your baby, both breast and bottle, how to support your baby's sleep, and how to understand how the health and development play a role in both of these, and most importantly, how all three of these areas intertwine. Not only do you get lifetime access to the program, but you also get 8 weeks of group coaching delivered by me and access to a Facebook online community of like-minded mums. Consider this your online mothers group. Now, doors are only open this round until April 21st, so if you're keen to jump on board this round of the Happy Baby Code, then make sure to head to jenbutler.mykajabi, kajabi.com/yes. I'll see you in there. Okay, myth number 1, you can't prepare for motherhood. Okay, I actually get where this does come from because nothing truly prepares you for the changes and challenges that being a new mum brings until you're in the trenches doing it day in, day out. Am I right? However, I do truly believe that if I had been better encouraged to learn more about what to expect in the early months of becoming a mum and how to look after a new baby, I wouldn't have been so damn overwhelmed. I remember saying to my friends who had had babies before me, "Why didn't you tell me what it was like?" Or I'd be like, "Why didn't you tell me it was this hard?" And mostly the response is that they didn't want to scare me. But you know what? To be honest, thinking that I was the only one in the world finding it this tricky scared me even more. I thought that because my friends hadn't told me how hard it was, that they must have cruised through it. And it wasn't until I had conversations down the track that they indeed were all feeling the same thing. But yeah, they just didn't want to scare me. I know it was from a nice place. Now, I know that not everyone has a challenging start to motherhood like I did. But I am talking purely based on my own experiences and the things that I wish I had done. And also what I see from working as a maternal and child health nurse and working one-on-one is that these are the same feelings that other mums are having, that they're telling me when they are working one-on-one with me and in the centre. So if you're listening to this and you're nodding your head and feeling all the feels, know that you are so not alone. If I'd known about the biggest challenges I would face as a new mum ahead of me, I 100% would have endeavoured to learn more about it. You don't know what you don't know. And so my advice to any new pregnant or new mum based on this is yes, you can prepare for motherhood. And I believe you absolutely should. Put just as much, if not more, effort into learning about caring for your baby as you do for preparing for the birth. It's so important to prepare for your baby's birth. But remember that at the end of the day, it is probably only one day out of well, the rest of your life, because once you've got your baby, they then turn into toddlers and children and adults, and we all know the lifespan, right? So make sure that you're at the very least starting to prepare yourself for these early weeks and months of your baby's life. Myth number 2, babies don't come with a manual. Okay, no, unfortunately we don't give birth to a baby and the placenta and then a super convenient little booklet with the ins and outs of caring for your specific baby, if only. But the thing is, our baby is our manual. Now, you might be rolling your eyes saying, yeah, righto, Jen, if only it were that easy. But the thing is, it really is a hell of a lot easier to read our babies if we shift our thinking into learning about what we're looking for. So the reason why we can't read our babies is because we don't know the cues that we need to see and that we need to be looking out for. So most of us are following super prescriptive parenting books that tell us when we need to feed, sleep, bathe, and play with our babies. Now, these books can work wonders for some babies, don't get me wrong, but on a whole, they're actually usually causing more stress in family households when their baby isn't following these prescriptive guidelines. These books don't take into account the very, very vast differences seen from baby to baby and from family to family. But one thing that is the same is that all babies will show us the same cues if we learn how to read them. So learning to read and respond to these cues, that is your manual right there. So investing that time and effort into learning how to look out for the cues that you need to know to support your new baby is 100% how you can achieve your baby manual, I say in inverted commas. Don't forget, guys, too, that the virtual doors are open for my Happy Baby Code, which is the perfect step that you can take in starting to learn all of these cues that you need to know to help to understand your baby. This is actually the course that teaches you how to create your own baby manual, the exact steps you need to take to understand your new baby. So if you're keen to find out more about the Happy Baby Code, make sure to head to jenbutler.mykajabi.com/yes to find out more. Myth number 3, it's my baby. I should understand him or her the best. Now, have you ever said this or had this thought cross your mind? I recently spoke to a mum who I worked one-on-one with, and she told me about how guilty she felt at the thought of needing to reach out to get help because she couldn't understand that because we should know our baby's the best, again, I say in inverted commas, and then when she found herself struggling, this just caused her to feel guilt at why can't I meet my baby's needs and why don't I know everything I should about my baby. Now, I always say to mums, you do know your baby the best. And what I mean by this is you know their temperament, you know their personality, you know how they might react in certain situations, and you know the things they love. But see, all the other skills like learning how to feed or how to know they're getting enough to drink, or when to put them to sleep, or how to put them to sleep, or how to support their development. All of this is a learnt skill, which kind of takes me back to point 1, right? Expect that you need to learn how to support your baby when you first become a mum, and work on shifting the guilt that you're expected to know it all. Perhaps you never had even looked after a baby before you had your baby, or maybe you have very little experience. For me, I was a maternal and child health nurse working in the centre, and so I actually thought that was enough because I was seeing so many babies and offering so much advice to the mums that were coming in. But never ever had I had to look after a baby 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'd never breastfed before. I'd never had to put a baby to sleep and support their sleep. All of this was so foreign to me. So, this is all advice that I wish I could give my pre-pregnant self before Max, I should say. But unfortunately, I couldn't. Retrospect's a wonderful thing, and that's why I'm doing this episode today. Motherhood is the only job in the world that doesn't come with full HR induction and training. So be kind to yourself and understand that you're a mama in training. And sometimes it's up to you to realize where your knowledge is lacking, reach out and find the appropriate education to help you on your journey. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, Mama. I know us mums have a running dialogue, that voice in our head that's telling us that we're not doing a good enough job. But remember, that's not actually a true voice. I hope this episode has helped to bust some common myths that you might hear in early parenthood and offers a shift in perspective for you. It does take constant work on your mindset shifts throughout motherhood and life. So, listen to this episode if you ever need that reminder once more. And remember, if you want to jump on board the Happy Baby Code for this round, the virtual doors are open until the 21st of April. So go check it out at jenbutler.mykajabi/yes. And I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to the episode, Mama. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to share the episode with a friend, with your mother's group, or tag me at Jen Butler Early Parenting on Instagram. The more that know about this podcast, the more people I can help. If you're looking for support that is personalised for your babe and tailored to your family's needs, then make sure to head on over to my website, www.jenniferbutler.com.au, and check out how we can work together so you can move through motherhood with confidence. Catch you in the next episode, Mama.